Well, before we get to the pretty goal, as far as what you guys were giving up, did you feel like you were giving up maybe too much in transition right before?
Yeah, I think they obviously have some dangerous players over there, but let's just call it wasn't our best game tonight, right? We just didn't have our A game, and I thought we competed hard and find a way to get a point, and that's important coming off a road trip where sometimes these are little trap games they call them. But no excuse, obviously. We need to find a better game, and we just didn't have the energy or the. But it was weird because we did compete, but just seemed like the energy to make the simple plays or just the sharpness that we normally play with that just seemed missing a little bit. So, it's a tough one because you want to win and pisses you off when you don't, especially having the lead like we had a few times. And but to grind out a point and. We got to come ready with a ton of energy for Saturday's game.
You mentioned the goal, and Sam has been very patient. He has to, deal with going in and out of the lineup, and just what a statement from him with that goal tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge goal at the time too, right? And, I think the biggest thing I'm taking away from Laff is just he's a great teammate and great pro. And it's not an easy situation that he's obviously in, but he's handled it with, such class, and it's a reason why all the guys cheer for him and want him on this team. So, that was awesome to see, and it was a huge goal, a big moment for our team. And you just wish it kind of stuck and was the game winner. But he makes plays like that; it'll be hard to take him out. So it's awesome to see, and we got to find a way to bring more plays like that from every guy.
With Burakovsky and Nazar and Dickinson out, and obviously you guys aren't going to be healthy all year, but how important is it to get the depth scoring, and if this team is going to, compete, the beat teams or can get points games out of like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our line especially knows the role that we're in, right? We need to be a heavy line and make sure we're responsible in our end, and then, if you pitch in with some goals, it's a bonus, right? And but we have to be heavy in playing in there, and I think when we do that, there's no reason why we can't get our opportunities to score either. We're all guys that can put the puck in the net and can be around it, and so that's part of depth scoring and being that team where maybe your big boys are checked really well that night or just don't have their A game, and so it was nice to kind of contribute that way, but be nicer in the win, and I think that's just something as we grow and get better and more used to these winning situations, we'll get better in.
What does it say about this team compared to the last couple of years that you're down 3 guys, you don't have your A game or maybe the best energy, and you're still in overtime competing with a team that came in with the best record in the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, no, I think that's the hard part for me because I told you I don't really love moral victories, and I'm not. But it's hard not to say that we've grown, right? Like this is a game that probably years previous that I've been here we would have lost by 3 or 4 because it would have just crumbled on us. So I'm encouraged by that, but I still don't want to be okay with not winning this game, right? And so that's the message in here is like good job battling, and we didn't have our best and maybe missing some guys, but every team misses players and every team doesn't have their best, but the good teams find ways to win, and that's the message. And just this maybe the bad taste in everyone's mouth is even though we didn't have our best, we should still find a way to win, and we got to get to being that team, and that'll be pretty exciting when we do.
Is there a reason why the second period?
I don't know. You know what? It's something we actually talked about. It's just like in as a group here, just it's unacceptable. I don't know if we just take a breath because we're and don't realize they're going to push, and maybe they make some adjustments that we're late to recognize as players. But the coaches prepare us, and that's on us though as players to be ready for that second period because we know it's a little bit of a lull for us right now. It's unacceptable, and maybe we get that sorted out, and our third periods have been outstanding, and we take over games right away. So that's an area we're going to definitely talk about and have to be a little more conscious of as players.